Hi everyone, I'm Timothy Mitchell. I'm here in Atlanta in my demo center here, and I am having a huge event coming up in October 30th. End of the month, day before Halloween. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. The first presentation occurs at 10. The event is called the Mimaki Digital Textile Microfactory. Microfactory simply means that we have the whole digital textile workflow laid out for you so you can understand each of the individual components. It's an educational event. It's completely free. We'll provide a very nice lunch. And what I did with the components that I'm referencing is each part of the whole workflow has people who specialize in something. And today I'm honored to have the CEO of Beaver Paper, Tobias Sternbeck, is here, because if you're going to print to transfer paper, and chances are you will, he is one of the key players in that market and has the very, very finest products in every type of category. And if you come to our event, you'll get a chance to speak with Tobias, ask him questions. His team will be there. He'll be on my little round table panel, and you can ask all about paper and the types of paper and the coating. So Tobias, thank you very much for coming. I'm very appreciative to have you and honored to have you in my demo facility here.
Thank you for having me, Timothy. It's always a pleasure, since luckily we're neighbors. So
yeah, we are neighbors.
Away, so it's
very convenient for me that I can call you guys and say, hey, can you bring a rollover, and a truck comes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I can drop it off in the morning when I'm on my
yeah,
way to
it's
work, so.
Definitely an advantage to have a large paper manufacturer down the street.
Exactly. No, thanks for having me, and also thank you very much to invite me to the event. I think we're all looking forward to have this event to show everybody the microfactory, since I think it's very important that customers are choosing the right components for what they want to do. And I think this platform with all the partners you invited gives a lot of opportunity to talk to everybody who is involved into that process. And that's, I think, a great solution and going to be a great event.
Thank you. We have very high hopes for it. I believe that digital printed textile of all types, you know, because you have sportswear, you have display, you have even UV printing to fabric, you have natural fibers, and all of that is going to be represented. So if you might say, hey, I already do, you know, printing to display fabric. I'm like, yeah, but do you print natural fibers? We're going to have that workflow there. And some of it is direct print and some of it is transfer to paper. And then within the papers, you guys have a very extensive line of papers.
That is correct.
You seem to have papers for every type of application that you would do a transfer.
It's needed, put it like that. So every application which you have, be it sportswear, be it the fashion industry, be it big prints, point of sale, be it shop decoration, home decor, each application to a certain degree needs a different type of paper.
Right.
Especially, let's say, sports, where sports apparel is the greatest example, where you most of the time need a tacky paper. Comes out of the old, very old days where most of the customers still used a flatbed press, and
yep.
We try to avoid the ghosting. So that's why we invented, or the first tacky paper was, I think, invented in 2006. So yeah, in the very first beginning, it was just about avoiding ghosting. In the meantime, a lot of those fabrics, including lycra or spandex, are shrinking a little bit.
Sure.
And everybody who is producing a tacky paper helps, or tries to help to prevent the shrinkage, or at least minimize it.
Sure. One of the things I saw, for example, we have a product called, it's new, it's a high-speed digital sublimation printer called the Tiger. It's a Tiger 600, I just call it the Tiger. And what we found is the Tiger is very, very complementary to a lot of your thin papers. Mm-hmm. So one of the advantages of the Tiger, which is, depending what you're going to do, of course, is you can run very lightweight paper, which is a savings. You know, you can considerably reduce the cost of your paper, and then still have that print very effectively through our printers. Mm-hmm. And you have some, I've been running these big, it's not a full jumbo roll. It's like, what do they call it?
Mini jumbo.
A mini jumbo. Okay, it's still like 550 pounds or something.
Yeah, roughly around that. So sorry, I'm a metric person still.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Pretty much 550 pounds, so we call it 238 kilograms most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is actually great. So I think the mill rolls itself is great as well, but I think with a Tiger 600, the mini jumbo roll makes totally sense, since it's a little bit easier to handle the mini jumbo rolls than handling the full jumbo roll, since that's then 2,200 pounds. So they're quite heavy.
Yes.
But the good thing on that is that you get a lot of efficiency. So, and also especially when you talk about the thin paper, so we go currently down to 25 GSM. Which is mainly used in the fashion industry. That's why we call it moda, or text print moda. But you not only get lower cost for the paper on the square meter or square feet side, but you also get more efficiency out of that. Since if you compare different substances, so we get, for example, with a 72 GSM, we get maybe 1,500 meters on a mini jumbo roll, where with a 25 GSM, we get 4,000 meters on a roll, which means you don't have to exchange rolls that often. So you can have longer runs, you can partly print overnight, unattended if you want to.
Got it.
So that's, I think, is a big benefit, especially if with printers like the Mimaki Tiger 600, with that kind of speed, as bigger your roll is, as better it is. Since otherwise with this speed, I think it's at 4,500 square feet.
Yeah, we're in that neighborhood.
In this range, if you go on the high speed mode, if you have smaller rolls, you are in one shift you are exchanging one roll after the other. With those mini jumbo rolls, you use one per shift.
Great efficiency, excellent cost. You know, you're getting the results you need, running very fast, very efficient with you know, your greatest value for your investment on it. So it's one of the things that when you look at different types of papers, you guys are experts at it, and every printer is going to be a little different. Every calendared press is going to be a little different, and this is where we get into our workflow is what is your rip, how much ink you're putting down, what are the expectations of the customer, what is the application, what is your calendared press, how fast can your printer run, what type of ink does your printer use, does the ink dry quickly, does it have a lot of saturation? These are all individual things that we're going to discuss at the event so that you have a better understanding that every part of the workflow is dependent upon other parts of the workflow, more so than printing just direct onto adhesive vinyl with solvent or UV. There's just a lot more to think about, and that's why we wanted to have this event. First of all, it's to make it clear and then to kind of demystify it, but also that you know the people that you can reach out to, you can talk to them, you can know how their organization works. And so, like if I had an application, I would reach out to I'd call Beaver Paper and say, I'm looking to do this at this speed, what papers would you recommend? And that way you get the right paper for the right job based on your printer and your workflow and the speed you're running and a lot of other variables. So Tobias is an expert at this. He's been doing this for decades. You've been in the industry for a very long time, and we'll be very honored to have you at this event. It's something I'm looking forward to.
Perfect. Thank you, Timothy. And I can just encourage you, come over to Gardena, California, October 30th. There are a lot of good people with a lot of experience in this industry. And like Timothy said, so there's a lot of components in the workflow. Everything has to work together to get you the perfect result. So come over. I think there's a lot of experience on multiple tables. And you can just learn it, just ask questions. I think everybody who is there knows the industry very well and is only there to help you.
Very well said, Tobias. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you coming into our facility.
Absolutely.
Bye, everybody. See you on the 30th. We'd love to have you.
See you in Gardena.